Welcome to the Selecting Commodity Codes in Combis webcast. This presentation will be useful to vendors with the Seller Administrator role in Combis, the Electronic Market Center for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Executive Branch Goods and Services Procurements. For links to related content and policy explanations, see the description below the YouTube playback area. This webcast is being brought to you by the Operational Services Division of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The presentation aims to provide background information about UNSPSCs as well as clarify the importance of selecting and adding the most accurate commodity codes to a vendor account in Combis. The demonstration shows how to search for and add the commodity code to the vendor account in Combis. All vendor accounts has two roles fulfilling different functions. The seller administrator manages the vendor account on behalf of the business. The seller administrator inputs, maintains, and edits company information, keeps contact information for users up to date, adds authorized users, designates roles for sellers and seller administrators, and starts the process of establishing accounts for associated organizations using the same tax ID. The Combis Market Center uses the United Nations Standard Products and Services Code, also known as UNSPSC, to code the goods and services being purchased by the buyer and to code or identify the goods and services sold by vendors. During registration, vendors must select at least one commodity code in order to complete the process. The selected commodity code matches the goods and services provided by the vendor. Vendors are encouraged to select a wide range of commodity codes that may apply to the goods and services provided so that bid opportunities are not missed. Since there is no limit to the number of commodity codes in a vendor account, additional codes can be added and non-related codes can be deactivated at any time. Commodity codes are selected by the buyer to identify the goods and services being procured in a bid solicitation on Combis. All vendors with the matching commodity code will be notified of the opportunity. Selecting appropriate UNSPSCs is essential to ensure receipt of automatic notification of posted bid solicitation opportunities. UNSPSC is a leveled classification system. Combis uses 3 levels of the hierarchical classification system: segment, family, and class. Buyers add commodity codes to a bid solicitation to identify the goods or services they want, and vendors add commodity codes to their accounts to identify the goods and services they sell. Each level in the hierarchy comprises 2 digits identifying a category. When combined, they form a 6-digit code set. The UNSPSC shown here, 471318, represents cleaning and disinfecting solutions. Segment is a broad or general category for the goods or services. It is the highest classification level in the UNSPSC code set. Family is a grouping of classes that share similar characteristics of interrelated commodities. Class is a group of commodities sharing a common use or function. At this level of the classification, there is a logical relationship to the family level. Segment Family 4713 comprises several different class levels. Each segment family grouping has a general class coding, 00. Vendors can select broad or general categories rather than specifics. Here are a few tips to keep in mind when searching for and selecting the most appropriate commodity codes. Search for items or services using keywords. Keep in mind that goods and services may be described and listed according to characteristics, what they are, instead of function, what they do. For example, search for water safety instead of life vest. Use only the main part of the word. Example, disinfect versus disinfecting versus disinfectant. Avoid searching with multiple words. Use the main word only and search by broad terms. Combise does not prompt a Boolean search used by internet search engines. So if your search terms are too specific, they may not match the UNSPSC language. The Seller Administrator's homepage shows the icons that can be used to update and maintain the vendor account. These updates can only be made within the Seller Administrator role. Vendors with both roles will need to change to the Seller Administrator role before viewing this homepage. On the Seller Administrator homepage, select the Maintain Organization Information icon. Next, select the Maintain Commodity EPPs and Services icon. The next screen displays two icons. Select the Maintain Commodity EPPs. All active UNSPSCs for the account are displayed. To search for and add additional codes, click the Add Additional Codes button. This retrieves the UNSPSC Code Browse search screen, and here you can search for commodity codes using either keyword search or the UNSPSC Segment Family Class dropdowns. To search by keyword, enter the search term and click Search. In this example, the keyword is HVAC. The matching commodity code is displayed. In some instances, several related codes will be displayed, and the Seller Administrator should select the checkbox for the code that matches the goods or services the business provides. After, click Save if done, or Save and add more to search for other codes. After saving, all the current codes will be displayed. Another search option is to use the UNSPSC Segment Family Class dropdowns. In this case, you may already have codes from the bid solicitation, the request for response, the contract user guide, or the master blanket purchase order. To add the commodity code 831015, click the Segment Family dropdown and enter the two-digit segment code set 83. The first segment family for 83 will be highlighted. You can either select it or scroll to the segment family you want to add. Click the Class dropdown to select the class. Commodity codes with 00 as the class are general. When a buyer chooses the general, bid notifications will be sent to all vendors with all related class codes. Bids with class codes other than 00 are specific. Only vendors with the specific class will be notified. Select the checkbox for the code to be added and click Save if done, or Save and add more to keep adding codes. After saving, a list of the current codes is displayed. As a part of maintaining organization information, the Seller Administrator can also deactivate commodity codes. To access the list of current codes on the Seller Administrator homepage, click Maintain Organization Information, then click Maintain Commodity EPPs and Services, and click Maintain Commodity EPPs. Select the checkbox for the commodity code in the Deactivate column and click the Deactivate Selected Items button. The new list of current codes displays. You can view inactive codes and reactivate them by clicking Maintain Organization Information, then click Maintain Commodity EPPs and Services, and click Display Inactive Commodity EPP. Inactive codes can be reactivated at any time. Select the checkbox in the Activate column and click Save and Exit. Here is a review of the presentation. Changes can only be done in the Seller Administrator role. Search for UNSPSC commodity codes using either keywords or the segment family class dropdowns. You can find UNSPSCs in the bid solicitation, the RFR, the contract user guide, or the master blanket purchase order if awarded a contract. OSD offers lots of resources. Our webpage www.mass.gov/OSD is a great place to start to learn about our executive agency procurement. The Combis Help Desk is accessible by phone or email, and our training office offers instruction in a variety of formats: workshops, live webinars, and pre recorded webcasts found here on our YouTube channel.